Welcome back to Real Drunk here in Space Castle, where we create a drinking game for a classic movie. We play that drinking game to your amusement and oftentimes our own misery. Then we do our best to try and review that movie after we've been drinking heavily for 90 minutes or more. My name's DT.
And I'm Seth.
We have a very special guest with us tonight. It's somebody that frankly we should have had on Space Castle way before this. It is our good friend, the legend, Billy from We Watched a Thing.
Way too kind, mate. It is awesome to be here. I'm so excited. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be good times. So we're going to be watching the 1991 classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. It is the very sudden and very rushed follow-up to the smash hit 1990 movie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This one is directed by Michael Pressman. It stars Paige Turco, David Warner. The voices are Brian Tachi, Robbie Rist, Adam Carel, and Laura Faso. It also guest stars somebody who's very special and sort of important to me is Ernie Reyes Jr. Because I grew up watching his dad in Kung Fu movies, and I grew up watching him in stuff like this and Surf Ninjas. So it's a treat to see him in this movie because he actually, believe it or not, was Donatello in the suit in the original movie. So this time he's coming out of his shell, so to speak, if you'll forgive that pun.
I'm skipping right over that pun.
Billy, I know you like your puns, Billy.
I do love a pun. That was a good one, mate.
Thank you, sir. I gotta bring my A game. We got Billy on the show. Let's go.
I'm honestly, I'm over the moon with this episode because this is the first Real Drunk episode in months that I'm not, utterly dreading the film that we're about to watch. So it's a win-win for me, man.
It is fun. It's a big blast. It's very, very cartoonish. It's much, much different in tone from the original 1990 movie. For good reason we'll probably get into as we're watching the movie, and especially once we get into the review portion of the video. Guys, I literally had pizza for dinner. I'm fucking psyched. I'm ready to go. If you guys are ready to do the rules, we can count them down and jump right into this.
I had pizza for lunch, and in classic Real Drunk fashion...
You threw it up afterwards?
I know, I haven't eaten in 10 hours, so
Yeah. All right, let's do it up. Here are the 10 rules for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. Rule number 1, someone says pizza. It's the Turtles. You got to. You have to. Everybody's talking about pizza. They're eating pizza. It's essential. Rule number 2, Master Tatsu, who is Shredder's number 1 right-hand man, his main henchman. Anytime he grunts, he's a man of very few words. And those very few words are and gur. And that's about it. So every time he does that, we're going to be drinking. Rule number 3, do a flip. It's a movie about ninjas. There's a lot of ninjas in this movie. A lot of people do some flips. Every time they do one, we're going to cause our kidneys and livers to do a flip.
Hooray!
Number 4, anytime the Ninja Turtles perform a linear catchphrase. Seth, I'm going to let you explain this one.
It's when they all show up in a scene and they all say one quippy, dumb, stupid word, down a row as we pan to each of them. It's stupid and it's kitschy and it's the perfect fucking Real Drunk rule, to be honest.
It's fantastic. Rule number 5, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are terrible fucking ninjas. They are the worst ninjas. They do so much stuff in plain sight. They are goofy. They are clumsy. They are just an absolute shame to the teachings of Master Splinter.
You know it's bad because it's a plot point in this movie.
Right, yeah. Number 6, the Turtles act wildly out of character. So Leonardo leads, Donatello's the smart one, he does machines, Raphael is cool but rude, and Michelangelo is the party dude.
Yeah.
For some reason, all the Turtles in this movie, they act wildly out of character and are almost the exact opposite archetypes of what we've known them to be. Every time they act in such a way, we're going to act the way everybody knows that we do, and we're going to drink. Number 7, weapons are not used in fights. So like I said before, this movie is a radical departure from the first one because there was a massive backlash from parents who thought that the first movie was much too violent. So they pushed this movie out less than a calendar year after the first one, and one of the stipulations was that the Turtles could not use their weapons in a violent fashion. So you will see makeshift weapons made from random objects. You will see Turtles not use their weapons or pull them out of the holsters at all. And much of the violence is just inferred or kicks and punches. It's weird. And then there's instances where they use their weapons for anything but fighting. It's so weird. It's so weird. Number 8, Master Splinter imparts sage wisdom. He's the leader of the Turtles. He's their father figure. He's their sensei who taught them everything they knew about being a ninja, which doesn't say a whole lot once you get into actually watching this movie. But he's got lots of words of wisdom, a lot of very sagely advice for the Turtles and other characters in the movie. Anytime he imparts those, we're going to drink.
Because that's the show.
That's the show.
Number 9, the Shredder doesn't do shit. So the Shredder is the main villain of this movie. He's the main villain of the franchise.
Well,
the Shredder will do anything and everything to get out of taking any sort of action. And anytime he's in a situation where he does have to take action, he gets his ass handed to him one way or another. He'll either send Master Tatsu out with his best men to go and take care of a task for him, or he'll just stand there while things are happening around him, and he just looks a fool the entire movie. Every time the Shredder doesn't do shit, we're going to drink.
this movie takes place right after the last one, right? Like
48 hours, yeah.
I feel like the ass kicking he got is a concussion in this movie. So he's just like barely functional, like has no idea where he
doesn't
is.
know where the fuck he is. Yeah. Perfect. As always, the 10th rule in this drinking game is a wild card. It is my turn to do the wild card this time. So when that happens, it's a random occurrence that happens in a movie that I've picked out ahead of time. I will call it out, and all three of us crazy mofos have to finish our drinks, no matter how drunk we are, no matter how terrible we're feeling, no matter how full our drinks are, they've got to be at the bottom before we can move on.
Okay. This is going to be messy. I'm very glad that this movie is less than an hour and a half long.
Yes. It's going to be not fun.
Let's jump into it. 1991's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. Billy, buckle up, sir.
In memory of Jim Henson, indeed. I'm going to try this new whiskey in his honor.
Well, no, actually, I'm a pizza delivery.
Pizza! We're off to the races.
Oh.
This title card, dude. Let's go.
I need to point something out real quick. The first movie starts out with them like saving April from a bunch of robbers, and they're never seen. They knock out the lights. They're all super ninja-y and mysterious and cool. And like Splinter's always telling them to like stay out of the light, like be safe. The outside world wouldn't understand you. And this one, they jump right over somebody's fucking head, and they're being seen by like 20 guys all at once. Like, this is the tonal shift that the movie has gone through.
Could you imagine if this was not in the early 90s? They're just security cameras everywhere. There's no ninjas here.
This movie already is like heaps brighter than my memory of the first one too. The first one's like a really dim film.
Yeah. This is a complete and utter departure.
So Donatello doesn't even have his bow staff with him.
Yeah.
Drinking.
He's got pantyhose though. Also, look, he didn't even tie. This guy's just like holding his own ankles.
Weapons are not used in fighting.
Yeah, I just drank for it. I'm one drink for this whole sequence because it's like 5 minutes long.
Oh, don't be a wuss. Come on. Donatello gets done so dirty in this movie.
Dude, I know. It's like frustrating for me.
Honestly, the most competent character we've seen in the film so far is the pizza delivery
Yeah.
kid.
Right.
I think that's kind of a theme for the whole movie.
Weapons are not used for fighting.
Oh, yep. Yep.
At least that's close to his weapons, you know?
I've never been slapped with a wiener, so I couldn't tell you if it would hurt or not.
I'm sure it would hurt. Just not as much as a bow staff or a real wood nunchuck.
I will say though, at least those turtles still look damn cool.
I'm going to talk about that in the review. The costumes and set design are still really top tier here.
Yeah, it's still Jim Henson Studios, so
Yeah.
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 When I first saw this apartment, I was like, oh yeah, cool, another super huge New York City apartment. Great. And then I remember, it's like, oh yeah, she's like a news anchor. Like, this is actually probably pretty on point.
But hold up. Here's the thing, though, is this movie takes place like 48 hours after the first movie. And in the first movie, April was living in that apartment above her parents' antique store that got burnt down. And now 48 hours later, she's got this fully furnished, amazing, multi-level Manhattan, like, suite.
Yeah.
Time moves faster in New York.
It's true.
New York minute.
It's true. I visited there for like 10 linear calendar days. And I had 2 birthdays. So.
We showed those guys, huh?
Primo Bros, Turtle Rebecca,
Max Amundo!
Acapella.
That's a linear
catchphrase.
Pizza!
Pepperoni.
Again!
Please,
Pizza.
please.
They said pizza.
True.
You're right.
Yep.
Billy, it's like you're a veteran.
I've got the subtitles turned on.
Oh, pro move.
Smart. Oh, so pizza again. Oh.
Yeah, there it is.
Quickly without trace.
He goes
Weapons are not used for fighting. They're used for catching pizza.
Okay, that's a different angle on the rule than I expected.
Finding a new place to live yet?
Sewer then.
Well,
Oh yeah, right, Raph? It's a little tough when about 500 members of the foot.
I think April just poured alcohol into Donatello's mug.
Right into the back of a garbage truck.
Also, the turtles are terrible ninjas.
Turtles are terrible ninjas. Oh, we're just screaming into the street. It's fine. It's New York.
All of you. Yeah.
I think this counts as sage wisdom too, by the way.
Yeah, that's fair.
We
We're
said
gonna be hammered at the end of this, man.
why can't
I had such a crush on April O'Neil as a kid.
Can't imagine why.
yeah.
Not even pizza?
We did say pizza.
Pizza's okay.
Splinter said pizza, by the way.
I've got to pour another beer.
Oh, goddamn. Here we go, Billy. Should we write a very apologetic letter to your wife?
Do a flip.
Do a flip.
Such energy is the
I think this counts as wisdom too.
a master of himself.
That is very sage wisdom. Yeah.
True. It's like the only good advice in this movie so far, at all, I think. Oh man, so we didn't make this a rule, even though I tried a lot. But this fucking Shredder zombie hand shot happens so many times in this movie. Why do they do this so many times?
I don't know. How did Shredder survive being crushed in the back of a garbage truck? Like, his helmet's intact.
Also, he looks fine. He had like some scrapes on his face, and that was it.
Man. If only they had a better recycling program back in the early 90s.
Also, it looks like the Foot Clan has their hideout in the same junkyard that Shredder was buried in. So,
It's a short walk.
seems convenient, yeah.
Is that Ryan Reynolds? Oh, Tatsu Grunts.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good.
the subtitles even say grunting.
Were his lines entirely ADR? Because
Yeah.
I feel like they were just ADR'd. Yeah, okay. That sucks.
Yeah, they Aunt Barooed him.
Choose the best man from those that remain to follow the reporter. She is the key to finding the creature.
We're watching April.
That was good aim with that TV guide, by the way. He just threw that right on that table back there.
Yeah, and closed right up, right in place.
It's like the most ninja shit he does in the entire fucking movie.
Hey, Mike.
Do not change channel.
Reporting live from Bay
Oh, that's sage wisdom right there.
Colonial. Channel 3.
Sure, let's
Alright,
go.
I'll do boy.
I'm going to get that tattooed on my forearm. Do not change channel.
Would you mind?
Another source of contention. Where the fuck is Casey Jones?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like 48 hours prior to this, like he and April were hot and heavy. They were all best friends, and he's just completely written out of this movie.
Do you guys reckon you'd be decent ninjas? I think I'd be a terrible ninja.
Oh, I see you as more of a master splinter imparting wisdom to your students, Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally agree.
Yeah.
I'd be a really good ninja because all I'd have to do is go out of frame.
Oh my god, where did he go? Ninja vanish. Didn't even need a smoke bomb. What the fuck?
Tatsu, gather your best men. You have a mission tonight.
Once again, Shredder sends Tat to do something it doesn't do shit.
All right. Yeah. That's fair.
Where's Splinter?
He's been up on the roof ever since he saw your report.
Really? Doing what?
Coming.
Wild card!
What?
You dick bitch.
To a decision.
What? What?
You've been meditating many
Splinter
hours,
was up
Master
on the roof
Splinter.
coming.
Wait, this can't be. This is the what? No. Fuck.
That's it. Everybody finish your drinks.
These lads.
Do we have a time limit to finish the drinks? I was virtually full.
Or you have to do it again. Oh no.
Oh, damn, Billy.
Mine was only about half full, thank God.
Mine was virtually a full glass.
Oh. Congratulations on your very first wild card, Billy. Are you gonna make it? Don't throw up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. My wife is going to be so unhappy with me.
There it is, the MacGuffin.
The MacGuffin. Classic.
Every good film has one.
It'd be great if this one had a plot to go along with it, though. Tatsu grunts.
I know that you guys have had this discussion a million times on your show, but which turtle are you guys?
Raphael.
I'm Donnie, dude. Donnie's the best turtle, except in this film.
Nah, Leonardo's the best turtle, man.
Alex would agree with you.
DT, you think you're Raphael?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Wait, what does that mean?
It's the charming surliness, you know, like you're surly but in a lovable way.
Nice save, Billy. Nice save.
Donatello is about to be a complete moron and completely out of character. And there it is.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Tatsu grunts.
He's got the canister.
Why did I agree to do this?
Dude, I say that literally every episode.
Donatello's staff disappeared again, and he's not.
Yeah, he
using
just like got rid of it somewhere.
and it's back again. I don't know where Leonardo got those sticks from, but he's not using his swords.
Yeah, why didn't he just use his sword?
I'm gonna stop putting my beer down on the table.
This is a particularly brutal scene, though, to be honest with you.
Alright, turtles are awful ninjas, guys. They're fucking terrible ninjas.
So are the Foot Clan, dude.
Yeah, I mean, there's no good ninjas.
That Foot Clan soldier was built like me. That guy had no business being in a leotard. Wow. Terrible ninja.
Fuck off with this stupid staff that trips up this chair. Ugh. I hate this scene so much.
He just said ninja banish.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great. Terrific. Wonderful.
Linear catchphrase.
That's a
Take a
linear
drink.
catchphrase right there.
I don't know about you guys, but I could really go for a slice of pizza. Huh?
Pizza.
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 I didn't order any pizza.
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 Oh, I know.
Second thought, why don't I take this pizza anyway?
They just said pizza again.
You'd better sit down.
Is that sage-like wisdom?
Absolutely.
You're gonna kill me.
Hey, quick question, Master Splinter. Why the fuck would you just tell all of the secrets to the pizza guy who barged into the apartment?
So, I don't know if you've noticed, but every time they meet a human, Splinter immediately busts out the whole story.
He does.
Immediately.
I was gonna say, isn't that the exact same script from the first one when he's telling the story?
Splinter sees a new human from a distance, he's like, oh shit, I get to tell the story. Here we go.
Hey, have you heard about the Ooze?
Do a flip.
Do a flip. Guys, we're 30 minutes into this movie.
You're fucking kidding me. Are you telling me there's an hour left of this?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. My wife is going to be so mad.
You can come sleep on my couch, Billy. I'm only like on the other side of the planet. You'll be fine.
I've only got one of these beers left, and then I have to move over to the 10%.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Oh.
I'll give credit where credit's due. Tatsu, snapping turtles are fucking brutal.
Oh, for real. Yeah.
He grunted though.
There he goes.
We'll begin.
I've read stories about people like holding up banks with snapping turtles and stuff. It's a thing that happens.
Probably in Florida.
Yeah, yeah,
Almost certainly.
But I mean, honestly, what the fuck hasn't happened in Florida?
Guys! I just got an idea. 2 words that could solve all our housing problems. Timeshare.
Michelangelo is secretly the smartest turtle in this movie. I'm drinking for it.
Yeah, he's not being very party dude, is he?
Oh, man. Because instead of going out looking for the foot in the ooze like we should, we gotta go out and look for him instead.
Leonardo's acting ridiculously out of character.
Yeah,
He's all pissy
Acting like a
and mean.
dick
and
is what he is.
He's a big Karen in this movie. Tatsu grunts.
Yeah.
I think that counts.
In fairness, the subtitles for that one said roars instead of grunts, but I'll count it.
Shredder doesn't do shit.
Yeah, fair.
He just screams and whines.
Babies! See that these two
Yeah, is that a grunt?
Grunt, yeah.
Okay.
Also, Shredder has Tatsu do his bidding, doesn't do shit.
Yeah. Tatsu, kill my children. I'll deal with it later. Also, this fucking guy.
All I'm gonna tell you is once.
I'm a stereotype and you got to listen to me.
I'm walking here.
There you go. Mr. Cutter! Raphael is a terrible ninja, by the way. He's just sitting there. Terrible fucking ninja. Come on.
Terrible ninja. This is a terrible hideout. The Foot Clan are clearly blind because they're just walking around.
So just what are we looking for?
Nobody
anyway?
sees them.
Yeah, they're just out in the open.
Oh, here we go. Tatsu grunts.
Yeah, again, the subtitles say grunts.
It's my headcanon. It's my fan canon that Tatsu knew that he was there the entire time and he was waiting for the opportune time to capture Raphael.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
Do a flip.
Did a flip?
Do another flip.
Ah, damn it.
Just like,
The
Seth.
worst ninjas.
The perimeter's quiet.
Yeah, a little too quiet.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah, a little too easy. Yeah.
We're building up to that linear catchphrase.
Look, it's Raph.
Yeah, a little too Raph. You
There
guys,
it is.
knock it off.
There it is.
Keep
Yep.
your eyes peeled.
Yeah,
Wait, so
that's a different person each time.
That's a catchphrase? Okay.
Do a flip. They're the worst fucking ninjas, by the way.
Dude,
we don't have
look
to
at
drink for
this.
it, but my god. Drinking for it. They're fucking terrible ninjas.
I have a little surprise.
I'm going to give you all tetanus.
I wonder what those are for.
First them, then
Look at that fucking power stance on Shredder, though. Nobody's using weapons to fight all these myriad foot soldiers, by the way. Shredder doesn't do shit, while Leonardo is right fucking there.
Can I tell you guys a secret? I'm really drunk.
Hey, man. It's not a secret. I'm on my like third 3.5-ish whiskeys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a high percentage too, mate.
You do not have to tell me.
You're practically Australian drinking like that.
Hey, Mikey, we got the TGRI guy. Come on,
We're gonna get married.
Guess what?
These guys all do a flip.
Oh. Does that mean we need to drink 4 times? Surely just once, right?
I'm drinking once. You can go fuck yourself, DT.
Let's all drink to DT being a sack of shit, am I right? Oh, I'm kidding. You know I love you, DT.
Oh, I love you too, man.
Oh, buddy.
Shredder doesn't do shit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he just sees his child stuck in a thing and he's like, I guess they got away. Wah, wah, wah.
Just incredible.
Hey, tell Freak, dude. We can explain. You see,
We'll take you to Splinter, and Splinter will tell you the story. What are they doing in there?
Hey, guys, I've been to New York. I spent 2 birthdays and 10 days there. The streets are not empty.
No.
Look at
no,
this.
never. It is the city that never sleeps, famously so.
This is just a whole neighborhood without any people in it. Yo, the Foot Clan would absolutely be neo-Nazis now, huh?
Yeah, they'd be... No, you're right. They'd be like tiki torch carrying, polo shirt wearing assholes, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is there something wrong with wearing polo shirts?
well, I've got an idea.
Michelangelo is secretly the smartest turtle and wildly out of character.
I need to add a qualifier to those statements, GT. Secretly the smartest turtle in this movie. He is not the smartest turtle, period.
Well, no, but he's written as being like the smartest because he was the kid's favorite at the time, so. Also, terrible fucking ninjas. They're just walking right in the middle of another trap. And they're screaming.
Thanks, Raph. I may never have the hiccups again.
Okay, let me just say that Toka looks fucking dope. Like, the design, the engineering, the animatronics. Razar's okay, but Toka looks fucking amazing.
I mean, again, the production design of this entire film is fucking dope. Like, this is a nice looking film. Like, regardless of how fucking bad it is, the production design is really solid.
You take the ugly one.
No, you take the ugly one. I'll take the ugly one.
Oh, which one's the ugly one?
Linear catchphrase.
Yeah. I like to think that Vanilla Ice didn't know that this was what was happening.
They didn't tell him that Ninja Turtles were gonna come into the...
You guys are the worst. I can't feel my toes.
Tie, bro. Mine.
Weapons are not used in fighting. He's using a necktie.
Yeah, okay, fine, fuck off. He saw a fight and was like, yo, I can beat to this.
Yeah, we're meant to believe that Vanilla Ice could freestyle on the fly, and that's the most unbelievable part of this whole fucking movie. I'm not gonna lie, this song is fucking fire, though.
Yeah, it's true.
Go ninja. Oh, never mind.
Used unwisely, becomes a double-edged sword.
Oh, fuck. Fuck, now I dropped my fucking camera.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Chaos!
It's a real drunk first. God damn you, Vanilla Ice! You were too much for Billy. Oh, I cannot fucking wait to edit this footage.
Just don't spill the beer, Billy. Just don't spill the beer.
Everybody drink for Billy.
I promise
To
that
Billy's camera.
I will sync my camera before I send it to you, DG. You'll just have a little black spot.
Tatsu grunted. Is that kind of a flip?
And that was a flip. That one definitely was a flip. Fuck off.
And they just do this dance that they didn't plan ahead for.
Do you guys remember that era of 90s movies where you had to have like a legit famous band in the movie?
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad we're not part of that anymore.
No way. Get out, watch out.
Shredder doesn't do shit.
Absolute useless.
Just lets Kino just make a fool out of him right there in front of Vanilla Ice.
Not Vanilla Ice.
12 minutes and my glass is empty. Do I need to go get another beer?
Yes.
I don't think so. I think we're close enough. I think you're okay.
We got a review to get through too, Billy.
DT's the only maniac that continues to drink during the review.
I'm the Raphael on your left shoulder, and Seth is the Leonardo on your right shoulder.
I want to listen to Raphael.
You should. He's the coolest.
I just don't want my wife to know.
Don't do it. That's not worth it.
Where's Donatello's bow staff? Where are Leonardo's swords?
Anything? Nothing.
You can't bring weapons into a nightclub, DT. Do you know anything?
Cowabunga? Cowabunga.
Is this a linear group catchphrase?
Yes.
Okay,
God damn it. Pieces of shit. Zombie hand, motherfucker.
It's a super shredder.
Why did his armor mutate? Why did he not Hulk out? Why is he not just butt-ass naked right now?
What? It can't be.
Look, another zombie hand for some stupid-ass motherfucking reason.
Why would they assume he's done after in the last movie he was crushed in the back of a garbage truck?
Yeah.
Why would they not let go and uncover him and like check his pulse and make sure he's dead and then like set him on fire?
Ostentation! Hey, spaceships!
Here's a linear catchphrase for you, though.
Cowabunga says it all! Cowabunga!
Were you seen?
Of course not, Master Splinter.
We practice ninja. The art of invisibility.
God, they're such fucking liars.
I got the receipts, bitch.
Go!
Do a flip.
I made another funny.
Wow, that's the end?
That's how this movie ends.
I'm sorry, we can start it all back over to the beginning if you want, Billy. Guys, are we ready to try and review Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze?
Once I get rid of my hiccups, sure.
Oh, shit. We're going to start the review right now. Too bad, Billy.
Oh my god. Jeez.
Yeah, dude, this fucking movie.
We go hard on Real Drunk, my dude.
Yeah.
It's my fault. I don't think we fully prepared you. We made the same mistake with Skylar from Omega Star 7, who's another really good friend of the podcast, and he was slugging beers, and we're like, shit, we gotta have people start signing a waiver for this shit.
That was 8% beers in the space of an hour and a half.
I think I've done a finger of this bottle.
That sounds dirty.
All right, before we get officially started, I just have to say I fucking love Drunk Billy. He's a riot. I love Sober Billy just as much, but Drunk Billy is a blast, and I am so excited to hear his drunk thoughts on this movie.
Where do I begin? Well, like I said during the movie, I had fun with that. I didn't hate that movie by any stretch, and I don't know if that's just because of the beers, but I'll tell you one thing, and I know that we're all going to talk about this, but the costuming and set design and the practical design of that movie is fucking awesome. Like, it holds up to the first one in terms of the look of the film.
I agree, and I also disagree. So I can jump into that right now if you want. So I love the first movie. Let's get that out of the way. I still really appreciate and like and enjoy Secret of the Ooze. It's not a bad movie by any stretch, but the first movie for me, and it warrants comparison. The first movie for me is probably a top 15, if not top 10 movie of all time. And not just because of nostalgia. I think it's still to this day one of the best comic book adaptation films ever.
Interesting.
I think it's a masterful balance of both the humor that kids were looking for at the time and also like the dark edge of the comics. I think the look of the Turtles is far superior in that movie than it is to this one. And I think it was really smart for them to film it almost in like a noir style with really dark, heavy shadows and really like dark, heavy lighting.
Yeah.
Because it makes them look less cartoony. And the Turtles, despite the fact that the animatronics and whatnot from Jim Henson are amazing, they do look more cartoony here, and it does kind of pull you out of that immersion.
Yeah.
Whereas the first movie, you're almost like, yeah, you could almost kind of believe 4 walking, talking turtles could exist in secret in Manhattan in the early 90s. Whereas this one is just, it's like an episode of the cartoon series.
This is way closer to an animated movie.
100%.
100%. Yeah. This is way brighter. This is way lighter. This, it definitely doesn't capture the, I mean, quote unquote realism with the first one. I don't think the first one is realistic either. I still don't think you could believe that they're real turtles, but I know what you mean. It does delve more into the realism. This is definitely over the top.
The thing is, in the first Ninja Turtles movie, they made a film featuring Ninja Turtles and the plot. In this one, they made a Ninja Turtles film, which is different.
It's true. That first one is really gritty. It's like if you went like from, say, The Dark Knight into like 60s Batman. You know, going from that really kind of gritty, realistic into like a comic book cartoony film. This is much more cartoony for sure. Yeah. Way camper. Yeah.
And I think that's part of its charm. If we didn't have the first one to compare this to, this would be a really charming, lovely adaptation.
I agree.
Jim Henson's studio works so good. Like, the costume work is so good that it makes up for a lot of the weirdness. But we do have the first one. And the first one, by comparison, is a fucking light bulb compared to this one's candle. Like, it's just better. And it's really hard not to compare.
I think nostalgia factor, in a lot of ways, this actually works better. I think the first is obviously a superior film. But when you're looking at, like, if you were to think of this as an adaptation of the cartoon series, I think it actually works pretty well.
Yeah, it's
I was just going to make that exact point. It does feel like the first one is an adaptation of the comic books.
Yeah.
And this one is a sequel of that story, like filmed and constructed as an adaptation of the cartoon series.
So here's the thing. Yeah. It was a natural evolution, though maybe something of an unfortunate one. That, I mean, first of all, there was the comic books. They came in 1984, and then there was the action figures before the actual cartoon. So I was actually into the action figures before I was into the cartoon, and then the movie came after the cartoon, obviously the first one. So what's ironic is the fact that the first movie actually helped fuel the fire of the whole turtle phenomenon. It was, at the time, the most successful independent film ever. Like, it was a massive blockbuster success.
Yeah, right.
And it kind of worked against its favor in a way, because that movie being so good and being so successful created the backlash, because it made the Turtles so popular that all the parents were afraid of all the violence in that movie. So this movie the second movie that we just watched actually did revert towards the cartoon and less to the source material as a result of that. So the first movie is a masterpiece, and we'll never see one like it again, because it was so goddamn popular that it shot the franchise in the foot. Pun intended.
Yeah. It feels weird compared to the first one, but it never doesn't feel like TMNT.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
Agreed. So we all like this movie, yeah?
Yeah, dude, I totally had fun.
I don't love it. It's not like my favorite movie or anything, right? But I like it.
Do you recommend Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze? Or as I like to call it, Tumta Soto.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Look, this is a really short review section compared to our other Real Drunk episodes, because one, there's only 3 things you need to know.
Well, we don't want to end Billy's marriage. I feel like we're towing the line right now. So
yeah, we're getting close. There's only 3 things you need to know about this movie. 1, the costume and set design is
it's bellissimo.
Frankly, unfair.
Yeah.
It is so good. 2, the plot does not exist. 3, it is a departure from the first one, and you should watch them back to back because it's an interesting comparison.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I think this is one of the best looking awful movies I've ever seen. You know, like story-wise, dialogue-wise, this is not a good movie. Like, obviously, just on those alone, you could not recommend this as a movie. But as a Ninja Turtles movie, and as you said, with that amazing set design and costume design, yeah, absolutely, I'd recommend this. Yeah.
Give me a rating out of 10, Billy. Give me a rating out of 10.
I mean, this is a really hard one because
you're too drunk to count to 10.
Like, rating on its own, with the hanging out with you guys, with the drinks, I'm going to give it an 8. Like, if I was rating this movie on its own, probably like a 4.
It's fair.
I think that tracks.
I think so too.
It's basically double whenever you're getting drunk with your friends. So I think
absolutely.
That tracks.
Yeah.
I would give this a solid 5 just because I appreciate the costume and set work so much.
Yeah.
That good costumes and good set design are worth me watching a shitty movie for, regardless. So
I mean, especially with a movie like this, where like, you know, the turtles are your main characters. Like when those costumes look this good, it is hard to rate it anything lower than a 5, I think. Yeah.
all right, DT.
It's my
Give
turn.
me some numbers, friend.
This is a tough one because it has such sentimental value and meaning to me. It's a big part of my childhood. I want to give it subjectively as a movie like a 5. There's no plot. The jokes don't always land because they're just not terribly well written.
What do you mean always? Is there a joke that lands besides Master Splinter saying I was coming on the roof?
I'm going to give it a 5. And that's a very loose 5, and it's a very rigid 5 at the same time, because this is a movie I do still really love, and I do recommend it. But replacing April, there's not being any Casey, all the massive weird jumps in logic, despite the fact that this movie takes place like 48 hours away from the original one. If there had just been a little bit more effort put into this movie, as opposed to being like this weird sort of almost pseudo reboot, then I would rate it much higher.
100%. This is like the definition of like a studio film, where it's this is, you can feel that there's no creativity here at all. This is just somebody rushing this film out for the sake of dollars.
Yeah, this was someone who was like, whoa. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the cartoon, made money as a movie? We could make
absolutely.
One of those.
And that's the thing, is this movie was written, produced, shot, edited, finalized, and put out in theaters in less than 12 months after the first one came out. That is ridiculous.
Which is wild.
And I'm sure if this movie had like a year more to work with, if it was 2 years removed from the first one, I think we would have come out with a better sequel. But it was the height of turtle popularity, and they needed to crank that out to make more money. Ironically, it did not make nearly as much money as the first movie. Did they make the right decision? Probably not. Did they make the decision they thought was best at the time? Yeah, because it was Turtles. Like at that point, you're just going for the easy cash grab. So I give it a 5, but if they were smarter about it, if it had better preparation and more time to work with and whatnot, and if Judith Haig, who I know Paige Turco is fine as hell, but I had a massivest crush on Judith Haig, who played April in the first one. If she came back, I would bump that up a full 2 points up to a 7 easily. But it's a 5.
Good movie. Go watch it. It is better with friends, like most movies are.
Yeah.
It's not as good as the first one. That's it. Don't have high expectations for the writing, and you're in. Done deal.
Speaking of friends, Billy, thank you so much. And like I said before, it's a travesty we haven't had you on something Space Castle related before. But thank you so much for endangering your marriage to come on here and get drunk with us for 2 hours. Please tell our audience where they can reach you and your amazing podcast.
Well, firstly, this is awesome. This is great to finally be on here. I have kind of been on Space Castle because I called your like call-in line and asked you.
That almost ended Alex's marriage, I think.
No, but this is awesome. DT, I've had you on the show a bunch, and obviously you guys will be on my show doing the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is actually a good film.
I cannot wait for that, actually.
Yeah. So hopefully that should come out around the same time as this. So, but you can find me at all podcasting platforms at We Watch The Thing. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at We Watch The Thing if you want to, hop on there and tell me what an idiot I am for how drunk I am right now. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. And this has been awesome to finally be on here. So thanks for having me on, guys.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Absolute blast. I hope that you decide to make the terrible enough decision to come back on the show.
You might be single at the time, but then you can drink whenever you want to.
I'll come back on any time, and next time I'll start on like the 15%.
Do you guys think Shredder woke up at the bottom of that pier and looked around and saw the turtles were gone and were just like...
Here's what I think. I think he did the same thing he did from the first movie and zombie hammed up out of the rubble and was like, A pure instead of a junkyard, huh? Yeah, I can make a Foot Clan base out of this.
Do you think Vanilla Ice was duped into joining the Foot Clan from that point on? I think he was.
I don't think Vanilla Ice is capable. I think he probably would have tried just because he was afraid to, like, not, but they wouldn't have let him in.
Do you think he ever met Tatsu and he was like, I could totally mix those grunts into something fucking fire?
Absolutely.